Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you're new to the page, be sure to give us a like and a sub so you don't miss any of the content we have coming out. And today we're getting into Batman 3 Jokers, issue number 2. Now this is a line I've been really excited for. I've really been waiting for issue number 2 to come out because I think this is just Jeff Johns' masterpiece for 2020. And so in the last issue we left off with Jason Todd just blowing the brains out of one of the Jokers. And the Joker just made him snap. Got him to the point where he just couldn't take it anymore and just put one through his head. So we're really going to see how all this plays out. You know, I'm really excited. This has a lot of potential moving forward. And so we're going to find out exactly what the ramifications are for what he just did. So without further ado, let's dive into this issue. So getting into this one, we went with Joker number 2, the comedian Joker. And he seems to be having a come home, you know, I'm going to eat dinner with my wife and kid type scenario going on. And you could tell that they're very timid around him, and you know, they're scared of upsetting him and things of that nature. You could tell it's a very abusive type relationship. And as he's playing out, having this meal, you know, talking with his supposed son and daughter, our Joker number 1, the criminal, comes in and pretty much tells him, like, you need to stop talking to yourself. We need to focus on just Batman. That's the only thing that's left in our life is Batman, you know, and now one of us is dead. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about Jason Todd killing one of them. He killed Joker number 3, the clown Joker. You know, so obviously this seems to be throwing a wrench into their plans, at least somewhat, because this is something they probably didn't anticipate happening. Now, picking up with Batman, he had gone off to help look at what Jim Gordon had going on because they thought they had one of the Jokers. And upon going into this place, there's a bunch of guard dogs, and they all have big smiles on their faces. So we have like laughing guard dogs. And Batman sedates them, and they go inside and they find a judge that's just been bludgeoned to death. And Batman lets them know, like, this guy was dirty. You know, he was taking bribes from the old Arkham officials to send criminals to the asylum. He was one of the few people responsible for Arkham's revolving door of inmates. And this is where Batgirl makes her entrance. And she lets Bruce know, like, I need to talk to you right now in private. And this is where Barbara lets Bruce know, like, Jason killed one of them. He killed one of the Jokers. He shot him in the head right in front of me. And she says, you know, what are you going to do about it? And Bruce says, we can't do anything. And this is where Batgirl's really confused. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why wouldn't we be able to do anything? And Bruce lets her know, like, if he's arrested for murder, he's forced to unmask. And you're the only eyewitness to what happened, so you would as well. And Batman's just like, I'll talk to him. And this is not enough for Barbara. She's just like, are you kidding me? Like, you're gonna talk to him? Like, you should be furious about this. And Bruce, you know, we really understand his sympathy for Jason Todd, because he's just like, you know, you need to understand him. Like, the Joker hurt him and he healed the wrong way. You know, you healed properly, you healed stronger, it made you stronger, it made you better, it made him more violent. And Bruce, you know, he still feels guilty for leaving him in that grave, in that shallow grave that the Joker had left him in, you know, that everyone had thought he was dead. So Batman's almost giving a pass to Jason Todd here. He's almost like, you know, we're making an exception because of everything he's been through, because everything Joker's put him through, we're gonna make an exception for him. And this is where we pick up with the Red Hood. And he's beating the crap out of some Joker lackeys, trying to find out where this missing chemical truck went with all of this chemical acid that turns people into the Joker. And we're really seeing him just not care anymore. He is just, he's almost to the point where he's just broken, and he's going to do whatever it is necessary to be able to find the other Jokers. Now, while he's doing this, Batman and Barbara, they're both headed to Blackgate, because on the murder weapon of the judge was some fingerprints, and they find the fingerprints of Joe Chill, the man who shot Thomas Wayne, the man who shot Martha in that alleyway when he was a child. And so they go to his cell to visit him, and Batman kicks in the cell door, only to find out that he had been moved. He had been moved to the medical wing because he was suffering from pretty much stage 4 cancer, and it was going to kill him any day at this point. So it was obvious that somebody planted Joe Chill's fingerprints, not really understanding why, but someone wanted Batman to come here. And this is where Batman gets a hit that Jason had used or accessed the Bat computers from his helmet, and Alfred has his location, and they're pretty sure that that Jason's found the other Jokers, and so they head out to go try to catch up with them. And this is when we arrive at Gotham City Athletic Association, and Jason Todd breaks the locks and heads inside. And upon arriving inside, he sees a giant Olympic-sized swimming pool filled to the brim with this chemical and just tons and tons of bodies inside of it. But little did he know that this was a trap, and the other two Jokers grab him from behind and haul him off into a room, and they strip him naked and they cuff him up. And this is where we get an interesting conversation here. And so they're pretty much just taunting Jason Todd with a little bit of everything. And they really don't refer to themselves as individuals. They refer to themselves as the Joker. You know, regardless of who is the real Joker, you know, they propose the question, who is the Joker really? And this is when they throw on a red hood with a laughing face on it, and then they try to play on the whole "we killed you" thing again. You know, we bashed your brains in, we gave you brain damage and permanent nerve damage. You know, at the end of the day, they're more alike than he would like to admit, than Jason would like to admit, because at the end of the day, he hates Batman. You nearly died, and he blamed Batman for it. He hated him for it. And this is where he said, the Joker says, you know, Batman needs a better Joker. But putting it simply, he's not the one. So it seems like they're looking for a new Joker. They want to create the best Joker to go against Batman. You know, and they're just saying it's not Jason Todd. Like, he's just not smart enough. And then they hit him in the head with a crowbar. You know, they were thinking possibly that they could make him into the Joker that they need. But this isn't what they're looking for. He's not what they're looking for. So instead, they're going to send a message. They're going to send a message to Batman. And this is where they bash in his helmet again. And this is where we see Batgirl and Batman kick in the door to the athletic center, making their way around, trying to find Red Hood somewhere around here. They're met with a horde of an army Jokers that were all dipped into this chemical pit that was in the pool. And in all of this fighting and trying to get these Jokers off of them, one of them hits his belt and activates the call button for the Batmobile. And the Batmobile comes blasting through the door, just taking out Joker, almost zombie-like people everywhere. And so as they finish looking over the entire facility, they finally find Jason, bloody, beaten, and thrown in a closet. And Batman goes over to pick him up, and Jason just freaks out. He's like, you know, don't touch me, Bruce. Like, I don't want anything to do with you. Like, you're the reason all of this is here. Like, you sent me down this path so long ago, you know, and he hates him for it. At the end of the day, no matter how much, he hates him for it. Leaving him in the dirt, replacing him with one Robin after another without even a single thought. And his only real concern right now, he wants to get somewhere safe, you know, because yet again, the Jokers have gotten the better of him. And they almost repeatedly did exactly what they did before. So it can only be understood how traumatic of an event this is for him. And so they take him back to Barbara's place and let him get some rest. Batman goes out to do what he needs to do, and then Jason Todd wakes up. He wakes up and looks around Barbara's apartment and sees everything, you know, her pain management therapy, her wheelchair, all of these things that she used to help make herself strong again after getting shot by the Joker. And we're really just seeing how broken Jason is. You know, he's going over just how he felt and has felt like nobody's cared about him. No one's got his back. No one's nothing. And it gets to a point where it gets so emotional that these two kiss. You know, maybe intentionally, maybe accidentally, or maybe because of the emotions. Maybe she felt bad about the situation, but regardless, they kissed, and immediately she was like, you know, that was a mistake. We shouldn't have done something like that. And then it's where she changes the subject and she's like, you know, we need to get back on the case. The Joker's hurt enough people, and so have you. Now, picking back up with the Jokers, they break into Blackgate and they kidnap Joe Chill. And not really understanding what they want with him, he's trying to figure it out. And they turn on a video camera and they say, it's time to finally confess, Mr. Chill. It's time to finally confess why you really killed Thomas and Martha Wayne. And that will be where this issue ends. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I really am enjoying this story. It is really a lot of freaking fun. They're really diving into Jason Todd's psyche and just how messed up he really has become over the years. And how Batman is literally forgiving him for murder because of how guilty he really feels about everything that's happened to him. And he more than likely feels responsible for everything that's happened to him, because at the end of the day, Batman is the one that put him on this path. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. You know, I'm really excited for the next issue. I cannot wait to get some more of this and see where it all goes. You know, see who they have who they have in mind planned out to be the next Joker. You know, could it be Batgirl? Could it be something like Jim Gordon? You know, it's going to be really interesting to find out, and I can't wait to dive into it. So yeah, if you guys haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe to the page, and until the next video.